1 of CMCO for the Southwestern District, Mukim 12 of Penang. Well, work goes on as usual. I mean, we gotta let the economy to run through, let every business to continue to run, else we're gonna collapse. Yeah, like seriously. Okay, so let's talk about what should you do, what should you practice during CMCO. Well, the SOP, everything, social distance, mask on, as usual. I mean, yeah, then if things really get worse, right, I think we should try to avoid getting out in groups. And I think the SOP also mentioned that only maximum two people inside the car is allowed for the grocery run, for the food. You gotta eat, buy food. Yeah, maximum only 2 people in a car. But basically, I think this is pretty much useless, because what if a family wanna go out for dinner, but it's not encouraged lah anyway. So yeah, man, I think 2 people is enough. But then the roadblocks, yeah, the best and the worst part is the roadblock. I mean, yeah, for those we gotta work daily, right? I think, yeah, it's gonna create a massive jam, seriously. Yeah, then what else? I think most people wear masks, right? Some of them, you know, they didn't wear masks properly, right? They just do it like this once they enter the premises, which is sort of stupid to me. You might as well don't wear masks like this, right? So what the hell you wanna do? It's like you wanna fraud, right? You just take off your pants and fraud. Yeah, it's not necessary lah. If you wanna wear mask, wear like me, like this, alright? Just don't then wear halfway. Then I saw even some of the Relau in the market, right? They literally just like this. Might as well don't be a Relau lah. I mean, they asked us to scan all this, but they themselves, right, they didn't wear mask on. Then wear mask in not proper way. That is completely stupid to me. Yeah, might as well don't wear mask, right? Then if the authorities memang like this, I tell you, I take the phone, I snap out, then I'm gonna post it elsewhere, you know. Yeah, like seriously, if they don't really follow, then they expect us to follow, right? I mean, stupid lah to me. It's called what you call double standard thingy, right? So yeah, man. Probably next time I'm gonna photo this lah, but yeah. I mean, yeah, it's bad that we gotta go back to CMCO, but then I think pretty much necessary, because I think the thing that really triggers the CMCO is there's one lady that was wearing a pink wristband, right? Then she wear long sleeves, then went out hanging elsewhere in Sungai Ara, right? That is just completely selfish to me. Now put it this way, if you are pretty much infected, right, imagine how much people do you come contact with. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna like kaboom, a new cluster. Yeah, man. And seriously, I really don't think that you guys are wearing wristband, you still go out, right? You are pretty much selfish. You memang kena, I tell you. Damn, man, it's gonna infect the whole entire region of that part, the people that you contact with, right? I mean, put it this way, this virus is what? It's, to me lah, it's tasteless, it's odorless. I mean, you don't know, even they transmit through air, right? It doesn't know whether or when you're gonna get infected. Seriously, like let's say today I'm sitting right beside my colleague, then I also don't know that he went to somewhere else. Then later on, few days, because there's the delay in my Sejahtera, I think is pretty much fast, but to perform the contract tracing, one trace, everything, right, it's gonna take like few days. So pretty much slow to me. So if you memang kena, right, and think of this, it took you 3 days to complete the contact tracing, right? Then that three days you don't know, you also contacted many people, right? Then yeah, it's very hard to trace, right? So best if you can stay home lah, but you know we are pretty much need to work and pretty boring, right? I think most of the company really encourage to not eat outside, eat inside the cafeteria with all those social distance thingy, right? I think it's pretty much good, but yeah, sometimes things happen, you know. And believe it or not, I think this third wave that is coming, right, is absolutely massive, you know. Think of this, back in March, that when the government announced the MCO thingy, the movement control order, then the max cases went up in like what? The total active cases maxed out at easily 5,000 to 6,000, right? Then you see, you compare I probably gonna share the graph, right, on the screen. Let me tell you this. Look at what the cases that we are having. Look back the graph, right? We are now currently pretty much easily 2 or 3 times much more active cases than what we had earlier. Yeah, it's absurd, you know. It's crazy. And let's not go into how this thing happened lah. It's really sensitive in a way, and I do not agree that, you know, we should carry on another thing, something like this in Sarawak. I don't think so. As I said, it was odorless, tasteless, blah blah. I know it follows the constitution, but then if you are really rational enough, right? If you're really rational enough, I think, right, you should stop all this, focus on how to counter all this pandemic, be it from the economic sector or the medical sector. I think to me, right, you look at the active cases in look at the active cases in Sabah. It's crazy. And to me, right, based on whatever medical facility that we have in Sabah, right, I think we are pretty much done, to be honest. Because based on the number of public hospitals and the beds, if you really went into public hospital, you probably know the space is cramped. But if they take out some space to handle COVID, I believe it will do it differently. But look at the cases in Sabah right now, I think they are pretty much done. Well, if you said that, you know, probably, you know, there's much sensitive information that we had in social media. I don't know, because myself is not in Sabah, but I had a friend in Sabah. Yeah, and he was residing in Australia, but then his parents was living in Sabah, so he was pretty worried, of course. But if you ask me, right, his family currently is pretty safe, but just that the risk there right now, right, is super duper high. Look at the percentage of Sabah that is being red zone, I mean from district distribution. You can see pretty much I mean the medical, if you pretty much selfish, right, you gotta think of the medical officers that is handling all these things. I think Sabah, they are pretty much done to me. Look at the physical and mental stress that they face daily, right? It's terrible. I mean, if you want this happen in other states, right, I think, yeah, you can continue to be selfish wearing those wristbands and hanging around. I mean, come on, this is bullshit, you know. Yeah, man. Don't be so selfish, you know. I know you guys want freedom, but think of this: if this pandemic don't end, right, you won't gonna get freedom anytime soon, to be honest. Because as I said previously, I was planning for a long distance traveling, but it didn't work out, and I'm pretty lucky that it didn't work out lah, because my pocket also bakar. So it's a time to save money in a way, and to spend less. and practice your expenditure thing. So probably, like I said, you can save more money to buy a good car, probably save in bank. I know the interest rate is quite low lah right now, FD, but now to be honest, to be frank with you, if I have any money in my bank, right, I feel more secure. Yeah, to be honest. So yeah, I think Sabah is almost gone, to be honest. But I think the cases now slightly went down a bit. But look at Selangor. Luckily, they announced CMCO quite early, you know. When they still hesitate at the time, luckily at the end they decided to have CMCO. Look at what Selangor is facing right now. Almost the southern part of Selangor is red zone. Kaboom! Then look at the cluster in Hentiang Kajang. You know why Hentiang Kajang suddenly kaboom? Because they are pretty much, because at the end of the day, right, Kajang was a main traveling spot for, because I used to live in my uni near there, so I studied in a private uni. Not to say near lah, it's around 15 to 30 minutes away from Kajang if you want to travel by bus. So I used to travel there a lot. There's multiple, there's MRT, KDM, everything is on there. Basically, that bus station is there, and the population there is pretty much massive to me. So easily, right, if you memang do pasar malam there, then didn't follow SOP, I tell you, gone. Which is why there is enhanced MCO in Kajang. So it's terrible. This run, right, is much more scarier than what we had in March. Yeah, if you really ask me, right, I think it depends on choice, whether on economy or the recovery of the pandemic, if you ask me. But I feel during March, probably we don't have experience on handling this, so we have MCO. But to me, this one we memang should have MCO lah. I mean, like for 2 weeks at least to contain every single people. 2 weeks is enough. But then you will say economy die, what not. But look at the cases. When we mentioned about the R0 thingy, right? I think if you study statistics, then you know the R0 thingy. They calculated the trend, and they estimate the trend of the cases that is spiking. And this round the R0 is pretty much high than compared with what we had in March. It's terrible. And if you ask me, recently where my friend's office they have positive cases, right? Seriously, it was pretty much near me as well. I was freaked out, literally. And before the first cases that causing the spike, right, I almost, because I thought it was safe already that time. Remember, I thought it was safe. Then until when somewhere near the area that I usually had lunch with my friends, suddenly they said, oh, got one cases. Then I decided, no, I'm not going out for lunch anymore. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right, if you every day since March you keep on makan canteen, or you memang bored already, what? So yeah, then at the end of the day we decided, you know, when Penang turns into green zone, right, we literally went out almost every day for lunch. Then when the case suddenly, you know, coming until bro, I feel, you know, the kind of sense that you felt that it's going super serious, right? Then that time the fear starts to strike in your mind, especially when the office was previously one of the first company that was affected by this pandemic. So think we shouldn't be selfish lah. Anyway, if you think of this, if I memang go out, suddenly I kena touch I kena the time die lor. Then imagine I come into contact into many people in the office daily. I mean, if memang spread to them, imagine they still got family, then how? And if their family I know quite a few colleagues, they have newly born kids, right? I mean, if memang they was infected, right, spread to their kids, I tell you, their kids, based on the current trend that we are seeing, kids normally won't make it. Or maybe senior citizen. Yeah, I think the worst part is the senior citizen. No way. Think of this, then it will probably set you back of thinking whether you should, you know, hanging out with friends, blah blah, all those things. Yeah, it will make you think rational. I mean, we shouldn't be selfish. At the end of the day, right, the third wave that is happening right now, right, is because of selfish. Yeah, only one word, selfish. Because of self excitement for some reason. Yeah, if you ask me, is the word to go is selfish, to be honest. So think to stop this, right, all of us should, you know, think positive, be rational, but do whatever thing that you can do to stop this pandemic, right? Think we all should practice this and work together. Yeah, man. So I think that's all I want to rant. Yeah, if you see this, right, I was pre-recording lah. Of course, I'll upload it later because I was busy on rendering all this video. But as usual, you know, stuck in a jam. I know the jam is gonna get worse in the next few days. And I realized one thing, you know, during March, right, recall before the entire national was locked down, you recall what happened to TBS? Yeah, think we have this sort of mentality of running away. So yeah, but luckily most of my friends, be it they stay, I think most of them, they didn't jiao lah. They stay wherever they are, because at the end they still need to work what. So yeah, some probably need to stand by on site, some probably don't during that time back in March. But those who take the risk to went back, right, then probably, I don't know, do you still get a job? Think, yeah, because as an employer, if you jiao, you didn't work, when things recover, they are not able to come back to work, right? As an employer, I sure bye-bye you are. So unless you have valid reason that you were infected with COVID-19, or maybe you sick lor, then different story lah. So, but the worst part, I think, is the jam probably is caused by roadblock, because the officer need to check here, check there, check the document. It's the standard protocol. So it's a kind of proof that you may not go to work. If else, right, if I'm a police, right, I saw you running around, you don't have a letter of proof that you work, then how am I gonna know whether you cheat me or not? So I also pity them lah, work under hot sun. So I think that's all I want to rant. Recently I talk a lot of crap, right? Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, recently when I keep on upload, I saw my subscriber going up daily. It's kind of glad. Yeah, thank you very much for those who are supporting since 2018. I mean, love you all, man. Seriously, and thank you all. Yeah, I think that's all I want to rant. See you guys in the next one, and probably I'm gonna upload the next topic about my buying process of this car and what happened in the middle, and I tell you why at the end I didn't pursue my dream car and I ended up with this. Yeah, I will upload that in a moment. We'll see. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.